we are going to make a pizza dough. To make the pizza dough, what we are using is the plain flour and the semolina, coarse semolina. So in this case, in a plain flour, we are using a 3 quarter cup of the plain flour. Then after that, then we are going to add the half a cup of semolina. Sorry, my wife is blocking the semolina. I can show you the half a cup of semolina that we are adding that. So once you add the half a cup, then what we are going to do is we are going to add salt, oil, and the baking powder. Baking powder. See, I'm not the boss of the cooking, so we are adding half a teaspoon of salt. Then also we are going to add mix it with 1 teaspoon of oil. So that's what we are doing. This is what we are making, a pizza dough. So to make a nice and crispy pizza dough, 3/4 cup of the plain flour, half a cup of semolina, then add 1 teaspoon of half a teaspoon of salt, then 1 teaspoon of oil. We add the olive oil, you can add any oil. So then we'll mix them with the oil. Then what we are going to do is in a half a cup of half a cup of lukewarm water. Yep. And so we will add the water, and also we are going to add a little bit of salt into the water. Sugar, not salt, sugar. We are adding 1 teaspoon of sugar, and also we are going to add 1 teaspoon of yeast. That's a half a teaspoon of yeast, and mix them thoroughly. But we are mixing with the lukewarm water and the sugar and the yeast. Then once you mix it, we are going to add that to the plain flour, semolina, and oil and salt mix. So we'll add little by little and mix them. So we are adding all the lukewarm water. You can see that how the dough is coming along. And so you don't add too much of water. When you add too much of water, they become too watery, and the dough will not make it perfectly. And you can see that in this case the dough is becoming very nicely. We are making this for the pizza for 2 people, and so we got the exact measurement of those to just enough to make a small size pizza for me and my wife. So we love pizza, we love vegetarian pizza, and So we are adding little bit of oil. Now we are going to use the hand, and using the hand, we give a little bit of kneading, and so that the dough will mix very well, and you can see the consistency in that, and also that when you let it rise, this dough, it will come very nicely. So make it as a bowl, and then nicely, yeah, that look nicely. Then that we are going to let it rise it for 1 hour. So to raise it, what you need to do is cover with a cling wrap or some sort of wet cloth, so that they not dry out. Then it can be. So that is the end of the making the dough. Before keep it for the raising. The dough has been raised now. We use only small amount of flour, so that it has raised a little bit. So it's more than nearly an hour now. So what we are going to do is, we are going to take the pizza pan, and then apply a little bit of oil. We are adding olive oil on that, on the base of it, and so what we do is, take the dough and take it. The pizza dough doesn't raise like a bread dough, but if we raise it like a bread dough, it may be difficult to spread it like a crust. So to make the good crust, the average raise is important. So what we are doing now is making the thick and or medium thick crust. So this crust will be placed in an oven, preheated oven, for 15 minutes, so that it will become pizza crust. So that's the pizza base that we will be putting that in the oven. After temper the oven, that what we are going to do is, we will be using the topping, that the tomato, onion, and the chilies, and also the plant-based, the protein. It's like a minced meat, but it's not a beef. It's a plant-based protein, and also cheddar cheese and the mozzarella cheese. So these are the basic topping that will be we will be using to make the pizza. Okay, now we have tempered the crust, and now we are putting a tomato paste, or the pizza sauce, we may call it, and spread it over the surface of the crust that we can made it. You can see the crust is reasonably baked. So now what we are going to do is, we are going to add the rosemary for the vegetarian pizza. Adding the rosemary will love. Now we are adding cheddar cheese, And also we will be adding the plant-based protein. So this is the plant-based protein that I was talking about. It's not a beef. It looks like a minced meat, but it's a pure vegetarian plant-based protein. So we once in a while we buy the plant-based item and taste them. And so this one is look very great, very tasty. We cook that the plant-based protein with onion and chilies and little bit of spices. So this is the yesterday, and this is the leftover the plant-based protein from our cooking from yesterday. So now what we are going to do is we are going to add the tomato around it. So you can just place them any way you want it. So and so yeah, adding the tomato, and tomato is add tangy, juicy flavor to the pizza after you bake the pizza. Now we are adding the onion around it. So these are some other topping that we are building up on the pizza. So onion also, when they baked, become very aromatic and very tasty. And now we are adding the chilies, the green chilies there. So they are very mild green chili and looking all colorful vegetarian and pizza. And so it's a matter of baking. Now we are adding the cheddar cheese and the mozzarella cheese on the top of it. So when they melt it, they become very juicy, cream, and very tasty. And also they become very aromatic too. Now we are adding the olives. So this is the Kalamata olives. We use olive whenever we make the pizza, and so when you do, just be a little bit artistic so that you can make the pizza very colorful and tasty. So that the topping that we have done, and they are ready to bake. And we have preheated the oven, and now it's going to go into the oven for a baking for 15 to 20 minutes. That is the pizza that we made it. You can see that the cheese is melted very nicely. The olives is still there, and the crust is around that is a light brown, very aromatic, and all covered, all the topping like a tomato and the plant protein, onions, everything covered in the cheese, looking great and very delicious. And thank you very much for watching this fantastic pizza making from the dough to pizza, and appreciate your watching of other videos from our YouTube channel, and also appreciate your subscription to our YouTube channel. Thank you.